All right, in this video, we're going to take a quick look at the aqueduct system that I made. Um, the aqueduct uses pretty simple construction because I figured there was a limited amount of stuff you might want to do with it. But looking at it now, set up here, I realize you could probably use a ruin section and then maybe some kind of part that goes into maybe a city fountain or a city well instead of like just a retention pond. So I'll take a look at getting going on that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this thing. All right, so I've slightly adjusted the view here so we can see things a little bit better. What you see here at the end of the aqueduct is a retention pond. These are going to line up with all three of our retention ponds. We're going to have three pieces in your files, 4 ponds, and each one of these pieces is going to correspond to either the 12-inch, the 18-inch, or the 24-inch pond. And this piece is always going to replace part 1 in the large pond designs, okay? So you can see just like that. I should probably also include that just as a freestanding object. And the same thing with the riverbank side here. Anyways, so the other things you're going to get is you're going to get these step down parts. These are repeatable. Each section comes with an open lock clip. Okay. I decided it was just too small for magnets really to make any sense. And also, I didn't think there was going to be a lot of diversity in what people might want to do with this. So people were probably just going to be clipping and gluing. And the little stands that go underneath, they don't have any magnet slots. You're just going to be super gluing that down if you want to. Otherwise, you could just, leave them. I don't think they're just going to topple over, especially when these tops are all clipped together. Okay, so we got these step down parts. Then we also have the straight sections. And then that takes us all the way back to our water wheel. By the way, I'd also mention I went ahead and did that overlay for the river ford here with the narrow river, so you can see that. Also used one of our grass overlay mats to show how that would work whenever you have water that extends past the riverbanks, though more than likely you're going to be needing to custom cut these little grass overlay areas. Anyways, so here's our riverbank part, and it's got a peg hole for the axle of the water wheel. The water wheel, let's see, here's the riverside part of it. The water wheel is going to be a resin print, so you're going to need to use a resin printer. This should fit on most of your basic sizes, unless you got like a really old one. It might be too big for the smallest sizes. One thing you're going to notice on the water wheel is that the buckets open on the small side of the bucket, not the large side of the bucket. If you don't realize that, you might think that I constructed this thing backwards in relation to how the paddles are formed. But no, it dumps out this side, and that's by design. All right. Based on other water wheels that I observed with buckets on them. So anyways, so that's the whole thing. In addition to the things I mentioned at first, I will do an addition with this part broken off the riverbank too. So that's a few things on the list for this set. And anyways, I think that about covers everything.